Get ready for sports news and entertainment. All right here, your 7 minutes with Simmons starts right now.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Episode number 3. You're listening to 7 Minutes with Simmons. I'm your host, Christian Simmons. Thank you guys so much for coming right back again. It's episode number 3. Today, the Buffalo Bandits. We're going to talk a little bit about Banditland. Yes, sir, they get it done. They bring it back. The NLL Cup is back in Banditland for a third consecutive season. Fantastic stuff in Buffalo. They continue to impress. I had the fantastic opportunity to go to the game number 3 or game number 7. For those of you not familiar with lacrosse, I lost my wallet. Matt Vince put on a tremendous display. 8 consecutive goals in the second half. Get it done. We're going to break it all down right here on 7 Minutes with Simmons. Let's jump right in, starting with my wallet, folks. If you go to a professional sports game, please keep an eye on your wallet, your phone, your keys. If you bring a purse, make sure you keep an eye on that as well, because what a nightmare it is trying to track one down in a public arena like that. The KeyBank Center, I have to give them an unbelievable shout out. The staff, all the way down from the parking lot, the front door workers, the guys who work at the security system, people bringing people in through the metal detectors. They took great care of me. People at guest services. I had people on the concourse helping me look. Fantastic work at the KeyBank Center. I got to give them a huge shout out. They ended up finding my wallet. I spent 35 minutes walking around the concourse like an idiot trying to find my wallet. Just an unbelievable experience. I didn't even get to watch the majority of the game. So it's unbelievable that I think I have the right to sit here and do a podcast on it. But nevertheless, I wanted to jump into this because what's going on with that franchise and that organization is incredible. There's so many storylines here that just make what they've just accomplished unbelievable. And we're going to dive into it, starting with the Rush forcing that game number 3. It's a down to the wire game. They find a way to pull it out. It's 11-10 is that final score. Austin Shanks with his second consecutive 8-point playoff game, bringing the Rush back to Banditland. They had a fantastic defensive game. Every defender in light green sacrificed the body. They were blocking shots left and right where needed. Holden Garnett headlines this with a huge block on what probably would have been a game-tying shot from Buffalo. He dives in front of it with less than seconds to go, milliseconds to go in this one, blocking that shot. And of course, a huge performance in net from Frank Siciliano, stopping 40 shots. That was enough to bring Saskatchewan back home here to Buffalo. Now we get into game 3. Orange rally towels all over the place. Whatever it takes, posted on the grass, people's foreheads, the concourse. People, you guys got tattoos, jerseys, orange, black, white, Dawn, all over the place. Buffalo looking to complete the three-peat, and they get it done really quickly. Before we jump into that, I want to do a huge thank you to the Held family, Josh, his brother, and his 2 wonderful parents for taking me to lunch and the game. What a day, a hell of an experience, and I thank the Held family for being willing to include me in their plans for game 3 and for lunch. Just a wonderful experience. Thank you so much to the Helds. I really appreciate that. But let's get into the game. A huge performance here as the Bandits pull out another championship. They're going back to back to back. They beat Saskatchewan 15-6. They join the Rochester Nighthawks from the 2012 season to the 2014 season as the only teams in history to achieve that feat. 2023 now to 2025 is the timeline that the Bandits did it in. Just a fantastic achievement. The win also clinches their 7th title for the Bandits, surpassing the Philadelphia Wings and the Toronto Rock, only 2 other teams in that conversation for the most in NLL history. Buffalo struggling earlier in that game. I had a chance to actually watch the first quarter. I mean, my wallet was actually gone. I didn't know it was. So I watched the first quarter, and that first quarter, kind of all over the place, struggling to find their footing. Saskatchewan had a great start. Anyways, we go into halftime. Buffalo slowly finds their way back into the game. They score 8 consecutive goals en route to their 3rd consecutive championship. Lots of consecutives in that statement. Can we call them one of the greatest NLL dynasties of all time? I think you can. What they've accomplished here is nothing short of spectacular. It's an anomaly. You'll never see it again. And here's why. Matt Vince, the goaltender for the Buffalo Bandits, with his 6th NLL championship and his 2nd three-peat. This guy is the Tom Brady of lacrosse. Let's just think about that for a second here. There's two teams in the history of the National Lacrosse League that have done the three-peat, the Rochester Nighthawks and now the Buffalo Bandits. This guy, Matt Vince, has basically anchored, he anchored both of these teams. He's got 6 individual championships. God, and hopefully coming back for the 7th. He has hinted at retirement. Some of the players following the win spoke a little bit about their emotions potentially following one of Matt Vince's very last career games on the turf. What an experience that was. I mean, you got to check it out. Banditland is absolutely nuts. It's like Bill's Mafia on steroids. And this team is just one of the greatest NLL dynasties of all time. The Bandits, in the last 3 years, under that head coach, John Tavares, who was also a very well-known Bandit player in his own right, have not lost a single postseason game at home in 3 years. How insane is that? Obviously, having home field advantage, home turf, I should say, advantage in all of those series. So playing the majority of the games at home. It's just incredible what they've accomplished. And I hope to the Lord and all of that is good that they find a way to bring it back for a 4th season. Buffalo, what a night in Game 3. They get it done 15-6 over the Saskatchewan Rush, the NLL Cup back in Banditland where it belongs. Thank you guys for listening. That was your 7 Minutes with Simmons. I'll see you next time. Peace.